welcome back to my channel. Since you're here, why not smash that like button and smash that subscribe button, because who wouldn't want to miss one of my videos? I enjoy making them, so I'm glad you guys watch them. I've gained a couple new subscribers, so thank you to you guys for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And let's go into the video. So today, I've already started drinking because I've already had to restart the video because I gave stuff away. It was just not the way it's supposed to be going. So I'm going to be drinking. Yes, it's Smirnoff Ice. And then I'm going to be going over books that I read and kind of their plot points, because maybe you want to watch it too. I mean, read it. You know. Okay, let's just jump into it. Okay. First, we're gonna go over this series. Is it gonna focus? No. There we go. There we go. Okay, the series starts with the selection, goes to the light, and then the one. The series is basically about a society that chooses women of age to marry the prince who's of age to get married. So basically they get drawn, and those women have to go to the castle, and the prince gets to decide who he wants to marry. He, gets rid of the people who he doesn't. It's kind of like The Bachelor, but like not. And so the series kind of follows this one girl in particular, and just kind of goes to her perspective. And I believe she was more of a lower class, and so she gets to see all these new things and experience all these things she's never experienced before. Really, really good books. There's going to be a theme. I love love stories, so basically all the books I read are love stories. Don't come for me. And so, yeah. Sorry, it's gonna keep fading in and out. Okay, so good series. Also, I love princess books. I just love that kind of lifestyle. Something similar is this book called Matched, and it's similar but different. So it's also a society who every girl of age gets chosen to be matched with someone else. So instead of like a castle format, it's just society, how they live. So it's basically kind of one of those societies who controls everything, and they decide how much they eat per day. They make sure they're exercising, and like they can only go out and go venture out so far and stuff like that. So she gets matched, and basically when she's matched, someone else popped up on the screen really quickly, and she has to kind of decide who she wants to end up with, sort of. She's kind of being told to end up with someone, but she's not really sure if she wants the other person who came up on the screen. It made her think, because the society's so used to being told who they need to love, that when she was kind of, in a way, given a choice, she kind of like didn't know what to do. So, really good book. It is a series, but I just didn't want to, I don't know, do you ever read books and you read the first book and you're like worried that if you continue on it's going to get ruined? It's kind of like, what was that book? Divergent. I read Divergent and I started reading the next book. I forget what it's called, but it was like so awful. I couldn't finish it, which doesn't happen because even books I hate I finish, but I didn't finish that one. That's annoying. Sorry, I'm gonna have to keep doing that. Okay, next, let's go The Glittering Court. So, The Glittering Court is about a girl who's in high-class society but being forced to marry someone who she doesn't love, and she's just kind of been in a situation where she's pushed around her whole life into doing certain things because she's higher class. She has to do this, you have to do this, you can't do that, and she just kind of got tired of it. And there was the Glittering Court, who goes and picks up maids and servants to go to a new land where people are now populating and they need to bring over the women to keep the populations growing. And basically the women get brought over and men choose who they want to marry, they pay. It sounds a lot worse than it is. And so she kind of pretends to be this maid, and one person in particular knows who she is, and basically it's just this whole huge love story, and it's amazing. And it's kind of like she has to hide who she really is because all these girls are learning all these things, and she's like, I already know how. So she has to pretend like she has no idea what she's doing. Okay. See a theme here with the love stories? Oh my goodness. Okay, and let's see here. Let's continue with the love stories, and then we'll go into the 3 other sections. Like I said, majority of the books I read are going to be have love interests and romance. If you haven't read these books, you don't know who you are. 50 Shades of Grey series, I read all of them. Don't worry. So, not only are they a little risque, but it has a beautiful, beautiful love story that goes through it. The way it ends, would have never predicted that. I mean, it's not realistic. Like, this would never happen in real life. And if it did, you should be a little worried. I don't know. But basically, it's about this girl who falls in love with someone who's ridiculously rich, and who likes to do risque things in the bedroom, and she's just not used to it. And she's actually, she's just not used to it, and basically she goes on this path of like, this isn't right, but then she's like, I love him so much, and blah blah blah. It's back and forth. So I don't want to give too much away because I feel like if I say too much, it kind of gives away the whole series. It is a simple series. Like, it doesn't go too deep. It goes, no pun intended. Oh gosh. But it's a really good series if you're wanting to know the love story. I've known people who've read it and just like skip through the nasty parts. I think you should just read the whole thing because it really builds. Anyway, next, let's go to more children type books. I am someone who does read child books because I think they're kind of like a fast read for me. I read a lot, so it's just something that kind of, I don't know, brings back your childhood, but also some of them are really good. Don't confuse a child book with something that's just not good, because they're good. And so there's this one. It's called The Time of the Fireflies. And it is about a little girl who kind of gets transported into an alternate universe. But it's like the same universe. It's I guess not at all. I should say she just time travels in the past. And really gets to meet her family from the past, but they don't really know she's watching. And it's kind of the whole story kind of sums up of be proud of who you are, appreciate you as a person. Everybody has their faults and things that they're insecure about, and don't let that take over your life, is what I took from it. It was really, really cute, and if you just want a simple read, 100% suggest. It's not a love story. It's got a lot of adventure, and oh my gosh, there was a couple times that I like, if you're ever reading and you have to read so much and so fast because you're just like, what's gonna happen? Definitely keeps you on the edge. So that's a really good book to read if you're more of, or less of romance, more adventure. And then next we'll go into maybe sci-fi, but basically it's called My Name is Memory. Someone told me about this book, and I was really interested, but I didn't read it for a couple years, and finally I bought it. Most of my books are used. I get used books because regular books are expensive. But basically, It is about a man who, it's okay, so it's about a bunch of us, people in the world. They reincarnate, and there's a few people that actually know they're being reincarnated and remember their past lives. And so it's following this one guy in particular, and basically someone who's impacted your life fully kind of goes through life with you and through their different lives. So you kind of always get connected. Like someone who was your brother in your past life is now your mom, or someone who was a friend is now your grandma, something of that sort. So people stay connected when they're really close. They're like, their souls stay connected. So it kind of travels, and he falls in love with the same woman each life, and he's just working to get her to understand where she's coming from, because if you don't know you're reincarnated, it's kind of like what is life then? And so he has this constant battle of trying to get this girl to fall in love with her, and it kind of just follows that journey, and it's so deep and so amazing. So good. And then last one that I'm going to go over. I've read more books than this, but these are just like my main ones. This one is actually a true story. It's the Tattooist of Auschwitz. It follows a man who was in Auschwitz, and he tattooed the numbers on everybody's arms. And if you don't know what that is, and you don't remember it from history class, it's just basically they tattooed everybody's arms to know who they are. They didn't call them by number or name. They didn't say their names. They just called them by their numbers. When they did roll call in the morning, they would just look at that. And so he was the one who did that. They lived a higher life in the concentration camps, I guess you could say. They were given more rations of food. They were treated better. They had better bed system. They weren't like bunked. Because a normal bunker system, people would be bunked 3 or more people per bed. And when you're the tattooer, you get your own kind of house sort of situation, and then you also get your own bed. So it follows his journey and how he always felt responsible, and he took it on his own self that like he basically did this to people, but it wasn't him. He just kind of felt bad because he lived a better life in the concentration camps. And then he also found someone he fell in love with. It's romance stories in me. And it kind of follows their story through that. I truly love this story. I cried. I'm not gonna lie. It's really deep, emotional. It kind of ties deep with me too. My family was Jewish, and I know I had family members in the concentration camps. So it just kind of, I don't want to say hit home because I never met them, but it hit a different way, I think. But really, really good read. Even if, your family wasn't in that situation. Now on to books I am currently reading. I'm currently reading The Girls of Mischief Bay. All I can tell you right now is it kind of follows the lives of 3 different girls and all 3 of their different issues that life is taking them through. And it's kind of a slow pickup. I'm not really sure where the book is going. I'm interested to see where it finishes off. But so far it's a good read, so, Next books I'm planning on reading. So I've already read part of this series. It's the Mile High. It's called Mile High, Up in the Air. Oh goodness, I'm okay. And it's a lot like 50 Shades of Grey. So if you enjoyed that book, you would also like this book. It's not a big production book. You can get it off Amazon. So if you like the 50 Shades of Grey books, definitely read these. I'm on the 3rd book now. Honestly, I've been on the 3rd book for a while. Sometimes I just pause books and it takes me a while to pick them back up. And then the next one after that, I'm probably going to read The American Heiress. Again, I really love princess books. So, that's what I've been reading and going to read. And if it helped you find a book as well, just let me know. List your favorite books down below too if you read romance novels. I'd love to see what you read because I can never have too many books. I have a huge bookshelf full of books, and I just love buying books. So let me know in the comments below what you read, what you're currently reading, and I look forward to reading those. Please like again, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye.